Hello, welcome back to my entrepreneurship series. This is the second video in this series, and in here we're going to be discussing what are some of the financial realities that you need to consider as you decide whether or not entrepreneurship as a second money generation vehicle in your life is for you or not. This presentation is also available from our website, so if you want to pause this for a moment and download it and then have the presentation available to you as I go through it, feel free to do so. The screen here tells you where to get it. It's at http://howtoguru.club/website downloads.htm. Okay, first in this series of slides, let's talk about some retirement statistics out of the United States. In the USA today, the average monthly retirement income for a person from all sources is basically sitting at about $2,146 per month. The Social Security maximum for a person after retirement, they will receive about $1,294 per month, and for poor Americans, this is in effect about 84% of their total monthly income after age 65. For about 47% of single retirees, this represents over 90% of their total monthly incomes. Another statistic that I thought very interesting was that 36% or so of retirees have saved less than $1,000 for retirement by age 65. And in effect, about 1/3 of all workers in the USA have saved nothing at all for retirement. The average cost for a U.S. retiree for healthcare during the retirement years is about $220,000. So that's basically, if you're looking at the 10 to 15 or 20 years that you have left once you do hit retirement, you're going to spend close to $250,000 just basically on hospital bills, medications, etc. In 1991, people were retiring as on average at age 57. Expected within the next 5 years, the average retirement age is going to be 66. Matter of fact, they're no longer making retirement mandatory at age 65 as government is expecting people to work as long as age 70. Why are people working longer now? Well, quite simply because they can no longer afford to retire early. In Canada, in a similar vein, retirement statistics are also scary. The average person combined old age security and Canada pension sits at about $11,300 a year, so that's less than $1,000 a month to live on. The interesting thing about old age security that I heard recently was that now you can't even get that at age 65. You have to be 67 in order to receive, like your old age security benefits start kicking in at age 67 instead of 65 if you were born in 1958 or later. In 2009, the low-end Canadian retired couple needed about $39,400 to live on, whereas the average lifestyle Canadian retired needed about $54,000 to live on comfortably. Middle-class singles, well, they're a little less at about $28,000. Now, this also assumes that the person by this age has completely purchased and paid off their home. So these are the statistics without a monthly mortgage cost thrown in. For low-end couples, it's estimated that they need to generate about $250,000 to be able to retire at age 65. And yet, as we saw in the previous slide, people are saving less than $1,000 in order to retire comfortably. This slide here, basically it's telling you that how much will you spend per year in retirement? Well, middle class, 40 to 60,000. As a couple, how much will government benefits cover? Maybe about 30,000. So already you're looking at about a $10,000 to a $30,000 deficit just trying to survive. So how big does your nest egg really need to be? Well, it should be about 25 times annual spending, and that really means that you're trying to put together, or you need to be putting together to live comfortably in retirement, between $250,000 and $750,000. So a few thought-provoking realities here. 23% of retirees say employers are not interested in hiring them. So once you get to your retirement years and you have a reduced income and you find that you need to work, quite a few of you are having a very difficult time trying to find some employment of any kind. 38% of retirees have health issues that prevent them from working. 12% can't work because they're taking care of another family member or spouse who is having health issues. Over 30% of retiree health costs are not publicly funded, and so you're having to somehow foot the bill yourself. Also, one should never forget inflation, which is eating away at those retirement funds. So if you stashed your money prior to retirement, every year it is costing you more and more to live, with inflation basically chewing into whatever working capital you had put together. In a Bank of Montreal recent survey, 59% of retirees respondents say that they need to work in retirement to supplement their incomes just to survive. So some questions to ponder. Have you put away any funds for retirement yet? Is it enough? Will your present job ensure you a comfortable retirement? Is your job secure till retirement, and do you want to stay in it? Do you believe it wise to just trust the government to take care of your financial needs upon retirement? There are some economists that are saying today that CPP is going to get reduced, old age security is going to get reduced. Basically, the government is not going to be there for you when you retire. So when you retire, if you retire, you're going to have to make it on the money that you earn. What you'll get from the government, in effect, is just a pittance. So do you believe you have to do something in addition to your job or instead of your job in order to be safe financially when you retire? Well, if any of these questions concern you, then subscribe on the link to start getting our future videos. We just might be able to help you out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel to get all the videos in this series. You can do that by clicking on the subscribe button just to the right. The next video will be starting in just a few seconds. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.